When Earth's last city falls to an invincible alien force, one broken human and his unlikely allies lead a desperate, underground fight not for victory, but for a reason to hope. Asterisk, the invaders came from the stars, their machines choking the sky and crushing every nation on Earth. 20 years later, humanity survives in scattered pockets beneath the ruins, hunted and hopeless. In the shattered heart of New York, ex-firefighter Jonah Cross is pulled from despair by a cryptic message. The last human child has been found. With a small band of survivors and an unexpected alien defector, Jonah risks everything to rescue her and ignite a spark that could change the world, or end what's left of it forever. Asterisk Jonah Cross barely remembered the blue sky. Most days, he crawled through darkness tunnels under what was once Manhattan, flashlight beam trembling over collapsed concrete and tangled roots. The world above was a graveyard, shattered glass, steel skeletons, alien towers pulsing with cold blue light. He was tired. His arm ached where the old burned scars never healed. Most nights, the silence pressed so hard he thought his skull would crack. But tonight, something different pulsed through the gloom, a hurried signal, barely audible on the old shortwave dot static. Then a girl's voice. "Help! Please. They're coming." Jonah froze. He hadn't heard a child's voice in years. He fiddled with the battered radio, adrenaline spiking. "Who is this?" More static. "Name's Edda. I'm in the lower city. Don't let them find me." "Please," a screech of inhuman. Static cut her off. Jonah's hands trembled. For a moment, he considered turning away. He'd lost enough friends, enough hope. But something old and stubborn flared in his chest. He slung his battered pack, checked his flashlight and knife, and ducked through the collapsed tunnel. For the first time in months, he moved with purpose. Navigating the lower city was a nightmare. Every shadow hid danger. Crumbling floors, chemical leaks, and, worst of all, the collectors. They were machines, mostly. Crawling, floating, sometimes walking on jointed legs, always with that cold blue glow. They didn't hunt for food. They hunted for survivors. Jonah hugged the wall as one drifted by, its sensors sweeping for heat and sound. He held his breath, muscles screaming, dotted past. He waited, then ran. He moved through the old subway tunnels, remembering stories of when trains ran here, when people sang and laughed above ground. His flashlight flickered, battery nearly dead. He muttered curses and prayers under his breath, half for luck, half to keep himself sane. He almost missed the shadow crouched behind a pile of rubble. "Stop." A sharp voice called. He turned, knife raised. A woman stepped into the beam, a tall, wiry figure with a makeshift plasma pistol. She wore a faded fireman's jacket, the name Cross patched over. Her eyes were sharp. Jonah exhaled. "Maya?" She grinned, fierce. "Didn't think I'd let you run off alone, did you?" Before he could protest, another figure emerged, a huge shape, shrouded in rags, but unmistakably alien. The being's skin shimmered with faint blue stripes, 4 arms folded tight. Jonah tensed. "You brought that?" Maya shrugged. "He saved me from a drone nest last week. Says he wants to help." The alien raised a hand in what might have been a peace sign. "My name is Rail. I am not your enemy." "Not anymore." Jonah hesitated, then nodded. In the old world, trust was earned slowly. But now it was all they had. He glanced at Maya. "A kid's calling for help." "Lower city. I'm going." She nodded. "Then we're all going." They moved together into the darkness, 3 unlikely. Allies bound by desperation and something dangerously close to hope. They moved through echoing tunnels, following faint traces, footprints in dust, a dropped ribbon. A flicker of movement on Rail's scanner. Maya moved quietly, weapon ready. Jonah's mind spun with memories. His own daughter's laugh. The day the sky first burned, the firehouse falling silent as the world changed. He forced them down. Now was for survival. Rails stopped, antennae flicking. Machine presence. 2 ahead. Scanning. Jonah's heart pounded. He pressed against the wall, barely daring to breathe. The machines appeared. A collector drone and a hunter, tall as a man, with silver claws and a single, burning eye. They scanned the ruin searching. Jonah's hand found a chunk of broken pipe. He locked eyes with Maya. She nodded. She tossed a pebble across the hall. The hunter turned, sensors flaring, and Maya shot first. Her plasma bolt struck its head, sparking blue fire. Jonah lunged, pipe swinging, connecting with the drone's sensor array. It shrieked, a sound like metal in pain. Rail moved like liquid, 4 arms snatching the drone and ripping out its power. Core, sparks rained down, bathing the tunnel in blue. Breathless, they listened. Nothing but silence. Jonah stared at Rail, still uneasy. How did you learn to fight like that? Rail's voice was quiet. Once I was sent to hunt you. Now, I cannot forget what I have seen. I cannot unsee mercy. Maya gave a tight smile. Let's move. They pressed onward deeper into the underworld. They found the girl by the old library, hidden in a crawl space beneath twisted metal beams. She was filthy, hair wild, no older than 10. But her eyes were bright and fearless. Jonah Cross. She asked, voice trembling but strong. He knelt, heart pounding. That's me. You're Etta? She nodded. They're everywhere. I tried to stay quiet. Maya handed her a water flask. You did great, kid. We'll get you out. Etta drank, eyes darting to Rail. He's not like them, is he? Rail knelt, gentle. I am different. I chose to help. Etta nodded. I believe you. I saw you on the monitors helping people. My father said, never judge by the skin, only by the heart. Jonah felt something loosen inside him. An old grief easing, but before relief could settle, Rail's antennae snapped up. Collectors, coming fast. Maya cursed. We need a way out now. Jonah racked his brain. The old water tunnels, they run beneath the street, all the way to the river. He handed Ida a flashlight. Stay close. Don't let go. They ran, feet echoing in the black, as the first of the collectors crashed into the ruins behind them. They navigated a maze of dripping, echoing tunnels, boots splashing through ankle-deep water. Behind them, a shriek of pursuing machines grew louder. At a fork, they found the path blocked by a collapsed ceiling. Jonah's shoulders sagged. We're trapped. Maya searched desperately for a way through. Etta squeezed Jonah's hand. We can't stop, not now. Rail touched the rubble. I can move this, but it will take time. Hold them off. Jonah and Maya nodded, taking up positions behind broken pipes and debris. The collectors arrived, a pack of skittering metal horrors. Blue lights glaring. Maya fired, sending bursts of plasma down the tunnel. Jonah hefted his pipe, breathing ragged. The first collector lunged. Jonah swung, connecting with a shower of sparks. Maya shot another, the bolt punching through its core. Rail strained, muscles bunching as he lifted the rubble, inch by inch. Etta shouted, behind you. A hunter dropped from above, claws slashing. Jonah took the blow, pain exploding in his arm. But he stood his ground. Maya tackled the hunter, fighting tooth and nail, until Rail pulled her free and threw the last chunk aside. Go. Rail barked. They tumbled through the opening, into faint. Sunlight. They emerged onto the banks of the old river gray, sluggish, but free of machines for now. Jonah collapsed, crailing his wounded arm. Maya checked him over, grumbling, You're as stubborn as ever, Cross. Etta huddled beside Rail, who watched the skyline. Jonah gazed at the ruined city, feeling the old pain, the old hope. Etta spoke, voice small but fierce. Is it true? What people say, that we'll never get our world back? Jonah looked at her, at Maya, and saw not just survivors, but a family. He smiled, aching but real. We might never get back what we lost. But as long as there's even one person left to care, there's something worth fighting for. There's always hope. Rail placed a hand on Jonah's shoulder. You humans, you keep fighting even when all is lost. That is why I stay. Maya grinned. That's why we win. Etta beamed, for the first time in years, a real child's smile. As the sun broke through clouds. The 4 of them, human and alien, old and young, set off down the riverbank. towards the unknown, because even the ashes of the blue world, hope still burned. The end.